Hello everyone, we are going to see about power and functions of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, why do we need it? Why can't lower court handle everything? Every law in a country is built upon a foundation, the constitution. But who ensures that laws and who stepped in the Supreme Court? Today we'll explore the Supreme Court's role, powers and function not just in a legal theory but in a real world shaping policies, rights and governance. Let's dive in. The next slide. The Supreme Court, guardian of the constitutional justice. The Supreme Court is the final authority in interpreting laws. It plays a two major roles, namely interpreting the constitution and the protecting rights. Interpreting the constitution, nothing but laws can be ambiguous. The court clarifies how they should be applied, ensuring they align with the constitutional principle. Protecting rights. The Constitution guarantees fundamental rights, but those rights not protecting from misuse government. The court ensures these rights remains intact. This is why it's called the guarantee of a constitutional justice. Without it, there would be no final checkpoints to prevent unfair or unconstitutional law from being enforced. The next slide is historical origin and constitutional man-made. The Supreme Court was not orphaned, it was created in 1789, part of the US Constitution. The frames understand the laws alone were the enough. They need an independent constitution to resolve disputes and uphold fairness. Why independence matter? Unlike Congress or the President, Supreme Court justice don't combine for voters. They serve for life, meaning their decisions are not saved by a political trends. Updating over time. The court has evolved tackling issues that did not exist when it was founded like a digital principle and the cybersecurity and AI ethics. Its role is not static, it grows with a society. This adaptability makes it one of the most powerful institutions in governance. The next slide. Judicial review, the court's most powerful tool. One ruling changed everything. Marbury v. Madison 1803, this case established judicial review, giving the Supreme Court the power to strike down laws that violated the constitutions. Why is this significant? Because without judicial review, laws were fair unfair would stand unchanged. Congress would pass a law tomorrow. And without the Supreme Court, there would be no higher authorities to overturn it. Judicial review maintains checks and balance, ensuring no branches of government overstepped into power. It acts as a safeguard against unconstitutional action. The next slide is landmark cases that shaped America. The Supreme Court ruling are not just a legal decision. They shaped the way we live. Let's look at a few. Brown v. Board of Education, 1954. This case overturned racial regulations in schools. Reinforcement the principle that separated is not equal. Miranda v. Arizona, 1966. Established that aspects must be informed of their rights when arrested, strengthening due to process protections. Roe v. Wade in 1973 addressed reproductive rights, igniting debates on personal autonomy versus state control. Each ruling did not just interpret the law, it reshaped the society. These cases show the real world power of the Supreme Court decisions. The next slide is appointment process and composition of the court. Why justices are appointed unlike elected official Supreme Court justice or appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. Once appointed, they serve for life. Why lifetime enter? The idea is to keep them impartial, free from politics and pressure and lobbying or election cycles. Thus, the selection process matters. President often nominate justices whose legal philosophies align with their own, influencing the court's direction for decades. A single appointment can shape legal decision for an entire generation. That's why Supreme Court nominations are often so political significance. The next slide, resolving disputes and setting legal precedents. The Supreme Court's power and jurisdiction. The Supreme Court does not just interpret laws, it resolves dispute and set legal that all other courts are follows. Virginal, virginal jurisdiction, appealed jurisdiction, original distribution. The court directly handles cases involving state conflict or foreign diplomats. Appellate jurisdiction. Most cases reach the Supreme Court on appeal from lower courts. It reviews decision and can overturn ruling shaping national policies. Precedents set by the Supreme Court influence law nationwide. When the court makes a ruling, it is not just about one case, it creates a guidelines for future case and ensuring consistency in how laws are applied. The next slide. Impact on civil rights and social changes, namely civil rights, social changes, and ongoing database. This court decision does not just stay within the legal books, they shape civil rights, economical policy, and the social structures. Expanding civil rights, overturning regression production rights and safeguarding voting rights, shaping economics and business laws, ruling on taxation, labor rights, and corporate regulation affect business. Addressing on social issues, decision on healthcare, action, and digital privacy set the course for national policies. The court influence extends beyond the courtroom, it directs the course of a democracy itself. The next slide. The Supreme Court's role in checks and balances. Without the Supreme Court, the balance of a power would be at a risk. It prevents abuse, it upholds the Constitution, it ensures democracy functions. The President, it prevents abuse. The President and Congress can't pass unchecked laws without potential review. It upholds the Constitution. Laws that violated constitutional principle are struck down. It ensures democracy function fairly. By resolving disputes between branches of government, it prevents dominance by any of the entity. This role is not just about laws, it's about maintaining a fair, functional government. Finally, I concluded that the Supreme Court legacy. So, what have we learned? The Supreme Court is final interpreter of the Constitution and protects citizen rights. Its decisions shape history, influence law, rights, and governance. It updates to modern changes from digital principles to social justice. Through judicial review, it ensures that no law hangs above the Constitution. The next time you hear about a Supreme Court case, think beyond the headlines, consider how it could change the way We live, work, and experience our rights. This is the end of the session. Thank you for watching.